Hello, this is your weekly space news roundup for the 18th of April 2021, read by me, Philip Day of giant-leap.space. In today's episode, Gravity Challenge 03 opens for industry submissions. We share the link. The international community celebrates Human Spaceflight Day. Lockheed Martin bulk buys rocket launches, including from Scotland. Glasgow's Alba Orbital completes an historic fundraising round with Y Combinator. Northrop Grumman dock to a live satellite in GEO for the second time in history. The industry gears up for the 2021 Space-Comm Expo. And Giant-Leap releases our latest documentary asking if Disney engineers are making astronauts obsolete. Northrop Grumman maintains their lead at successful on-orbit docking manoeuvres with Intelsat. Intelsat operates a 41 satellite fleet in geosynchronous orbit at over 35,000 kilometers in altitude, where their orbit matches the rotation of the Earth. This means that a ground station such as a TV satellite dish can point permanently in one direction rather than having to track satellites across the sky, adding complexity, weight, and cost. High-capability satellites offering communication services from GEO are required to be much more powerful and thus larger and more expensive than the small satellites we're used to seeing in the new space explosion within low Earth orbit. Just to give you a general idea here, we aren't talking CubeSat 10 centimeters aside up to a washing machine, we're talking up to a small lorry, that's truck in American English. Just for reference, the Intelsat 36 spacecraft had a launch mass of over 3 metric tons. Northrop Grumman have developed a satellite known as the Mission Extension Vehicle, or MEV, which finds, rendezvous with, and captures and then hosts pretty much any old satellite which is running out of fuel and has a rocket nozzle. Intelsat have successfully partnered with Northrop Grumman twice now to extend the life of their perfectly functional but low on fuel satellites in their constellation. Due to the high launch mass, high manufacturing cost of these complex and large spacecraft, it's much cheaper to extend the life of a GEO satellite than to replace it entirely. It's also better for the environment. GEO is so far from Earth that satellites left there defunct would not fall back to the Earth for thousands or maybe millions of years before the tenuous odd molecules of the upper atmosphere are able to drag it down. As a result, space junk can and has been formed in popular orbits, so to maintain a satellite's manoeuvrability and serviceability beyond the circa 10 or 15 years that most are designed for is desirable on all fronts. Alba Orbital are in the news twice this week, once as they prepare for their next launch, and again, most significantly, for completing an impressive, important, and seminal funding round. Glasgow-based Alba Orbital, led by Tom Walkinshaw, has been developing under their own steam for a number of years, whilst participating in an accelerator scheme with American Y Combinator, the driving finance behind Twitter, Dropbox, Reddit, Airbnb, and many more, with a combined value in excess of $300 billion. Closing the deal of a lifetime as Alba, currently a team of 11, secured YC funding, Tom said, "Taking part in YC and to have them as our first investor after years of bootstrapping has been an immense privilege, and we're super excited to have completed the recent W21 batch. YC's track record speaks for itself, and we're trying our best to follow in the footsteps of those giants who've come before us." And Tom told Giant-Leap, "Stay tuned, things are going to get more interesting for sure." This is an important moment for the UK space industry and for Scotland. Y Combinator has never invested in Scottish business before, and to realise the value within not only the booming satellite industry in Glasgow, but the new space industry throughout the UK is a crucial commercial pressure to add to the reportedly timid UK venture capital firms. UK VC seems to be struggling to invest in UK space businesses with anything like the hunger of American firms such as Y Combinator. As Alba celebrate this success and we look for the business growth that their sought-after further VC investment is sure to bring, Alba are preparing for their next satellite launch and advertising the last remaining CubeSat slot on the Alba Cluster 4, which is a SpaceX payload due to fly in December 2021. The UK space industry is preparing for July's Space-Comm Expo taking place in Farnborough. The free business-to-business event is due to launch for the first time on the 7th of July 2021 for 2 days at the Farnborough International Exhibition and Conference Centre. That's just under the eastern thresholds of Farnborough Airport. Numerous UK businesses are due to be there, the latest of the string being MagDrive, joining over 100 top names such as AAC ClientSpace, who regular giant-leapers will know we discuss all the time, BAE Systems, Satellite Applications Catapult, Maxar Technologies, Lockheed Martin, Leonardo, Northrop Grumman, Raptor Aerospace, Raytheon UK, Skyrora, the list goes on and on and on. It'd be quicker for you to just book yourself ready to attend rather than go through the whole list. That way, you'll also get to hear from key speakers such as Dr. Philip Orenwenzi, who is the Commercial Director at Crown Commercial Services, key if you want to sell into government. Helen Sharman, the first Briton to go to space. Melissa Thorpe, the interim head at Virgin Orbit's UK base, Spaceport Cornwall, and more. This week's episode is sponsored by our awesome Patreon supporters, Jeff and Adele. Join them over on patreon.com/giantleap, gaining access to exclusive content and, of course, our Discord server. We're approaching 50 subscribers on YouTube and 600 over on LinkedIn, and we haven't even had our 10th episode yet, so that's pretty awesome. Thank you so much for your support. Northrop Grumman is now fairly well known to be planning to operate ABL rockets out of the same spaceport as Skyrora, Scotland's Shetland Space Centre. UK Pathfinder will be the ABL rocket systems to launch out of Shetland Space Centre, perhaps disappointingly not UK manufactured and not carrying a maroon nose cone. If you know, you know. The US Super Prime has confirmed a bulk order of 26 rockets for launch across their global estate through 2025 and a further 32 before the end of the decade. Some, but not all of these launches will be conducted from Scotland, further securing the UK's ambitions to become the 7th global nation with a satellite launch capability. Gravity Challenge 03 takes another step forward, opening entries from industry in response to the 12 published challenges. Last week, we reported on the 12 challenges which have been released. If you missed that, I've popped a link in the description to the LinkedIn article. A week since the gauntlet was laid down, and the challenge has opened up to space businesses to respond with solutions. We'll keep you posted on some of the more awesome entries and surprising collaborations that come through. For this week's hashtag Job of the Week, RHEA Group are seeking a full-time Satcom flight products engineer to be based in Harwell, Oxfordshire. Applications are open until the 21st of April 2021 and seek someone with at least 4 years of payload experience, project management and Satcom flight hardware. They're also keen for someone eligible for a security vetting clearance here in the UK or in the EU. A link to the full job advert is in the description, of course. CVs and cover letters, though, to the RHEA recruitment team at careers@rheagroup.com. Other people like you have been smashing the like button through this roundup, but as it's coming to a close, this is your moment if you haven't already. On social media, we're using the hashtag GiantLeap, where we usually post several times a day. If you'd like to be a part of it there, come and join us there. Thanks for checking in, and until next time, remember that every giant leap is set up by thousands of small steps. This has been a giant-leap.space news roundup.